How do you feel when you come to school?
I feel like joyful.
One thing that drew us together initially, even before there was a Blue Man, is that we were in our own ways disappointed with our educational experience.
We wanted to make a school that either we wished we had gone to or that we fantasized would be the school for our children. And that's a school that emphasizes creativity as much as any other subject, teaches kids a special way to treat one another. It's a place where you don't lose your childlike exuberance, where you have such a zest for learning, a love of life all the way through, not having it educated out of you.
On a kind of metaphorical level, the traditional model of education is that children are freight cars and the school is a grain silo and it's just going to fill each kid up and then move them down the track. And we're interested in creating a launch pad where kids are the rockets and we're just there trying to find the fuse.
I was delighted to be asked to be on the advisory board because I think what they're doing matters. There is a movement afoot, I think, globally, and it's going to be carried forward by great examples of what should be done. The opportunity you have is to create a laboratory, a pilot school, where you can create your own models and your own paradigms.
It's been over 100 years since we've had any really significant new school system emerge. And there's been tremendous breakthroughs in that time, understanding how the brain works, how learning happens, and really how the world works.
What we're attempting to do is to prepare children for the world that they'll be living in when they get out of school.
We also know now so much more about the environment that kids need to be in, the emotional environment as well as the physical, for maximizing learning.
We need to think about a kind of education which says we want to develop this part of the brain that gives you self-confidence, that gives you the capacity for compassion, for critical thinking, for thinking about things perhaps not only outside the box, but within a sense of creativity that emerges from being connected to yourself.
We want to help kids discover the creative connection to their bodies as well as their minds.
A big part of it was actually teaching kids how they think, teaching them a level of self-awareness that we felt was missing from our educational experience.
When you develop that kind of social emotional intelligence, now the research has demonstrated your academic performance improves.
One of the things I'm really proud of about the school is our teachers. They are incredibly dedicated. They love working with children. They love interacting and really bringing out the gifts of every child.
The school is really built on finding children's interests and ensuring they're learning all the things they need to be learning academically, but in a way that is of interest to them.
You see a lot of individualized one-on-one work with children. Good teaching practice comes from teachers really knowing and identifying children's strengths and where they are on the trajectory of development.
And I think that putting value and a lot of respect for the children's thought process is exactly what we do.
One of the things that we wanted to do is create a culture where everyone's learning, the children, the parents, the staff. There's a special quality our parents have of wanting to be involved in the process that their children are going through, and we try to harness that.
It's really amazing how they want us parents to be involved. He went to a different school last year, and there was like, you dropped them off and they were like, leave, please leave, we don't want you here. It's the total opposite. Here they not only appreciate it, they really seek it out.
The school is
magical,
mischievous, awesome,
community,
amazing, fun,
crazy fun.
Why can't your educational process be fun? Why can't it be engaging?
Imagine if early on the school environment was supporting children and the families really in exploring the creative voice. Every field is creative on some level. It is generative. You are using your imagination and you're using your problem-solving skills to create something new on some level.
It's only through creativity that new answers can be found.
We all have a need to create things, and there are a lot of different ways to do that.
It's really having a creative and curious approach to life.
To do work. When you are working, you are creating.
Most adults think they're not creative, and yet we're all born with the capacity for it. What happens is that we are conditioned out of it. And ironically, education is one of the ways in which it happens.
You know, I think we have the science, we have the research now, and it's really time we used that and did the best for our kids.